So the next thing we need to do is go to Google AI Studio and actually audition some voices for Ryan and Priya. So I'm going to copy this whole script, and then we're going to go to AI Studio and paste it in there. That way we have something to play with. All right, so here we are in AI Studio. We've looked at this earlier, and it can be a little bit hard to navigate. Worst case, Google search is definitely going to get you there. But here in this playground, we're going to select text-to-speech. And then you'll notice that there are two models. We have Gemini 2.5 Pro Preview TTS and Flash Preview TTS. So Flash is a bit cheaper and Pro is obviously a bit better. So the Pro model should cost about 3 cents per minute of audio. So for our 4-minute podcast, that should be about 12 cents. The Flash model costs about half that much, so 6 cents. So we'll go with Pro. And you'll notice how it pre-populates this with some dummy text just for testing purposes. So there's something in there. And then you can select your voices on the right and then have it speak that. Let me close this here so we have a bit more space. So it has a little bit of a preamble here. It just says read aloud in a warm, welcoming tone. I'm going to actually paste our script in here. Actually, before we do that, we need to at least change the speaker names. We'll call speaker 1 Ryan and speaker 2 Priya. Note how it gives us a warning now because it's trying to match the script to the speakers here. So this will work once we paste our script in. There we go. So now it broke all of this up into Ryan and Priya text. Now there's one more thing I'm going to do, and that's actually copy some of the personas that we had before, because those can also influence the audio a little bit. So here in the podcast file, I'm just going to copy all of this. I guess it has these annoying... Actually, I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to tell Claude to do this for me. Okay, so I'm just telling Claude to please give me a succinct preamble I can paste into Google AI Studio to test the podcast script with different voices, briefly describe the context, and then the two host profiles. That way I don't have to manually clean up these line endings and stuff like that. Sorry, you get lazy after a while. Okay, here we go. Nice and concise. Let's do this. So we'll append this here. Context. This is a script for Idea Pipeline, a daily 4-minute podcast. Covers a new startup idea each episode. 2 hosts discuss the idea. Hosts, Ryan, enthusiastic, blah, blah, blah. Priya, dry measured. Okay, and the British accent is there as well. So that way we should be able to hear that in the output. And notice how AI Studio is smart enough to extract this as style instructions in here, and then the rest ends up as the actual script. So now we can audition the actual audio. Okay, I'm putting my headphones on so my audio doesn't bleed into the recording. Okay, so let's pick a voice for Ryan first. So as a reminder, Ryan is our male speaker who's going to be the kind of enthusiastic one. So what's Zephyr?
Ready to build something awesome today?
Okay.
Got a project in mind?
Puck could actually work quite well. Middle pitch.
Ready to make something amazing?
And as you see, there are quite a few in here. So we're not going to spend a ton of time on this Sadal Tugger.
What kind of project are you thinking of?
Let's go with this one. So next we're going to pick Priya.
What idea do you want to bring to life?
All right, I like this one actually. So let's just go with Autonoe for Priya, and we'll keep Sadal Tagar for Ryan. So then let's click on Run down here so we can actually generate the full audio, and then we can preview it and make some more adjustments afterwards if needed. Okay, it finished. So let's listen to a few seconds here.
Okay, here's the thing. Atlassian, Block, all these huge tech companies aren't just doing layoffs. They're publicly stating they're firing people specifically to reshuffle capital into AI. This is the great AI restructuring, and it's happening right now.
A rather brutal way to become AI first.
Exactly. So the idea is pathwise.
Okay, that's good enough for now. I think there's still room for improvement. Ryan actually speaks much more slowly than I was envisioning. We're describing Ryan as enthusiastic, fast-talking, and usually the model does actually take that into account. So, I mean, the voice has some influence here, the voice itself, but your instructions can definitely nudge it a bit more. So, but maybe we do need to pick a better voice. The other thing I'm surprised by is that Priya didn't really have a British accent in our audio, even though it does state this pretty clearly here. Okay, let's take one more step. I'm going to actually update this just to emphasize that Priya speaks with a British accent, maybe fast talking. This might not make a difference, but worth a shot. And then for the voices, let's take another quick listen here. Lively, what is this?
What kind of problem could we solve?
Maybe that'll work. Let's try that for Ryan. And then for Priya.
What idea do you want to bring to life?
I mean, the voice is fine. I really shouldn't have to change the voice just for a different accent. Let's maybe try one or two more.
What sparks your interest?
What kind of masterpiece are we aiming for?
What idea do you want to bring to life?
What do you want to explore?
Let's try this one. Okay, so we now have, wow, these names are something. Sadakbia and Gakrooks. Okay, let's generate this one more time. Okay, it finished. So let's listen a little bit more.
Okay, here's the thing. Atlassian, Block, all these huge tech companies aren't just doing layoffs, they're publicly stating they're firing people specifically to reshuffle capital into AI. This is the great AI restructuring, and it's happening right now.
A rather brutal way to become AI first.
Exactly. So the idea is Pathwise. It's an AI-powered platform for the C-suite.
All right, that's good enough. I think that's pretty good. I definitely like this Ryan better. He speaks a little bit more enthusiastically. And then our Priya is very measured, and this time did actually have a British accent. So I'm not sure if my tiny little prompt change here made a difference or the voice itself. So you'll have to, play around a little bit, trial and error, see what works for you. But I'm pretty happy with these results for now. Yeah, so now we'll just have to remember these voice names so we can use those when we make the text-to-speech calls.